Is the Honorable Van der Weyen.
Thank you very much, House Chairperson. In compliance with the provision of the Financial Management of Parliament and Provincial Legislature Act, MPs representing various political parties work tirelessly to ensure that the plans presented by the Speaker and the NCOP Chairperson and the Secretary to Parliament are accordingly aligned and respond to the mandate of Parliament as espoused by most MPs during the parliamentary induction sessions. Chairperson, it is important for all to know that this budget vote set the tone for the funding model of the 7th Administration Parliament. It outlines and lays the foundation of how the 7th Parliament is going to execute on its 5-year strategic and performance plans. Some of the plans meant to fund this 3.58 billion budget vote include the following: capacitation of MPs in holding executive accountable, capacitation of parliament committees in execution of their oversight role, funding of constituency offices across the length and breadth of our beloved country, improvement of parliament public participation programs to give effect to the principle of People's Parliament and the slogan of the people shall govern, which has been turned into a rhetoric as well as the most abused concept so far. It is heartbreaking, honorable members, and disappointing, House Chairperson, to indicate that because of the so-called GNU fiscal strategy, which promotes fiscal consolidation and austerity measures, this budget vote is very, very far from being an adequate tool through which we are going to realize the novel plans that has been crafted by the collective of MPs from political parties. It is important to know that because of fiscal consolidation policies, the Parliament budget has been reduced by 1.82 billion over the last 6 years. And this trend, I can confirm, is continuing. This budget vote confirms the budget shortfall of a whopping 521 million for this financial year only. And this is projected, of course, to reach 1.82 billion in the medium-term expenditure framework period. How are we going to ensure that our people in underserved communities and rural areas understand and take full advantage of the Parliament public participation process with this shortfall? How are we going to ensure that in this 4th industrial revolution era, Parliament systems are fully automated with this shortfall? As if this wasn't enough, the Parliament Restoration Project is also faced with problems and delays causing incurrence of more than budgeted resources. This situation is further compounded by the failure of the Department of Public Works to ensure that the dome that was installed to serve as an alternative infrastructure for Parliament plenaries is fit for purpose. As a result of this DA-led ministry failure, Parliament is now forced to hire private venues at a very exorbitant rates. As much as the DA minister and the DG of the department has successfully evaded committee meetings, we are reliably informed that it is going to cost 39 million more for the dome to be fit for purpose. That is after spending 40 million on the same item. All this happening on the watch of a minister portrayed by South African wide control media as being beyond reproach. While still wondering where to find the money to make up for our shortfalls invested appropriation bill, the so-called GNU is imposing another commission of inquiry and a bloated cabinet on South Africans. A disgraced minister is put on special leave and a white capital link professor is dubiously introduced as an acting minister. All these drain the country resources needed to create jobs and grow economy.
Honorable member, will you take your seat, please? The Honorable Minister Mantashe.
Thank you, Speaker. I'm raising on Rule 92. I'm raising on Rule 92. It's a point of order. Uthathwa into engadibananga nale budget because iphatha ina program. Abantu bayo kabasetrongweni. I raise a finger. Irhawula into esesestratweni.
Thank you, Honorable Minister.
Out of order, Udes.
Thank you, Honorable Minister.
Out of order, Ures.
Thank you,
Tell members.
Honorable Minister. Thank you, Honorable Minister. Yeah, I think the Minister, order, Honorable members. Order, Honorable members. Order, Honorable members. Now, I'm following the debate very carefully, and as long as the member contextualize it within the parliamentary work that we are doing across committees, I will allow the member to continue. And if needed, I will make a considered ruling if that is necessary. Please continue, Honorable Van Rooyen.
We need, Honorable House Chairperson, these resources that all of a sudden are not now linked to the budget process. The resources that will be used in this useless commission that is going to be established. And of course, the payment that is going to be incurred by the Minister on special leave, as well as the acting minister who was dubiously appointed. These are the resources that we need to appropriate accordingly to committees of parliament. We need to appropriate accordingly to programs of government. So there's no misplacement on that submission. South Africa is a rich country endowed with a plethora of mineral resources. It is scandalous for its parliament to be pleading poverty. Lastly, House Chairperson, let me indicate that Chairperson,
Honorable Van Rooyen.
lastly, House
Honorable Van Rooyen. Honorable Van Rooyen, just take your seat, please. Why do you want to be recognized, Honorable Deputy Minister?
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. Does the honorable member believe that Firoz Cachalia is
No, Honorable Minister, Honorable Deputy Minister. No, you can't just go ahead and ask a question. You must first find out if the member is prepared to take a question.
Does he believe that?
No,
He's the one-
out of order.
Capital.
Out of order, Deputy Minister. Please continue, Honorable Van Rooyen.
Lastly, House Chairperson,
Order, honorable members.
No,
No, okay, Honorable Van Rooyen, continue. We stop the clock there.
Lastly, House Chairperson, Parliament is the legislative authority of our country. Therefore, it must be capacitated and empowered to execute its constitutional assigned mandate without any reliance or being at the mercy of support from other arms of the state. It is an anomaly that we depend on those that must account to us for our efficiency. It's a serious anomaly. Hence, as MK Party, we are calling for the following: full capacitation of an independent parliament to run and execute its affairs and projects without reliance on government departments like Department of Public Works. Our villages are collapsing because we are relying on public works. We can't even do sporting activities in our villages. Our families can't enjoy sporting activities in our villages because of public works that is collapsing. We are urging as MK Party that we must establish a multi-party parliamentary budget committee that will reinforce the Speaker and the NCOP chairperson to lobby and mobilize resources for Parliament from national fiscals. It is out of principle, not protest, that MK Party reject this budget vote as unrealistic and reinforcing dependency on those that we should be holding accountable. This budget vote, we can assure you now, this budget vote will this money fail to strengthen Parliament's role as the true representative of the people of South Africa? In its current form, it perpetuates elitism and inefficiency. MK raised its concern, Honorable Speaker, about the factors taken into account to determine allocations to committee. Select and portfolio committees are allocated 3 million each, more than other committees. I think we should send a word of caution to committee leadership, committee chairpersons. This allocation should not be treated as a blank check. You have been allocated 180 million to execute on your mandate. And as MKP, we call for committee chairpersons to develop committee plans that should indicate how are they going to utilize these allocations. And of course, as the relevant committee of Parliament, we will be holding them accountable on the utilization of these particular allocations. And of course, we will be digging deep to establish the factors that has obviously made it possible for disparities in allocations to various committees. Hopefully in the next financial year, we'll come with a clear proposal after committees have presented plans and those plans has been tried and tested. Ralebo Hamdullah Stulo, budget if it doesn't come anywhere closer to assisting us to realize our mandate. Unfortunately, as MK Party, we are not going to support it.